Welcome to my review of Tales from the Darkside. Strangelove. The year is 1935. Edmund Alcott summons Dr. Philip Carroll to his home to check on his wife Marie, who apparently broke her leg. Philip insists that she goes to the hospital to get a leg cast, but Edmund says she won't go due to her old age and distrust of hospitals. When the doctor is escorted inside their home, here's Dr. Lone Marie is actually a beautiful young woman. Edmund quips, "She's aging beautifully, isn't she?" Philip examines her while she sleeps and learns she has no pulse. She wakes up and is introduced to Philip, becoming smitten with him. He snaps her leg back into place but still insists she go to the hospital for proper treatment. Edmund rejects this and instead wishes the doctor to stay and watch over his wife. When Philip declines and attempts to leave, Edmund suddenly twists the doctor's arm despite Marie's objection. After Philip is forced to submit, Edmund reveals he was born in the year 1776 and that he and Marie are vampires. He tells Philip, "We are your masters," then chains him to the house by his neck, similar to a dog, like a collar. He and Marie retire to their large two-person king-size coffin, promising to see Philip when the sun sets. The next night, the vampires wake up and ask the imprisoned doctor if he's still sane. It's only been a night, it makes no sense. Philip watches as Marie walks around on her fully healed leg. Tired of Marie drinking blood from various animals, Edmund announces he will leave to get human blood and jokingly tells Philip he will bring a hamburger back for him. Since there's a food stand near his hunting grounds, he snaps his fingers and disappears. Marie calls Edmund a show-off. Marie discusses Edmund with Philip, telling him that they met during the Civil War. While Philip believes Marie was originally a victim of Edmund's, she disagrees. In fact, she wanted him to buy her so she could be immortal. She lost off the many pros of being a vampire: flying, transformation, and doing things to your body beyond your wildest imaginings. She tells him that a vampire's life is all power and beauty. Her words inadvertently hypnotize Philip, forcing him to carry her to the couch. He prepares to touch her leg, but she stops and says Edmund is returning. Edmund reappears and orders Philip away from Marie. Annoyed, he tells Marie, "I had a rotten dinner and I'm a little drunk," implying he drank a homeless man. He gives Marie a vial of blood, but she doesn't want it. This leads to an argument with Philip defending Marie. Edmund responds by unlocking Philip and allowing him to fight. Philip tries to swing the chain at Edmund, but he's too fast. Eventually, Edmund grabs the chain from him and rips it in half. He grabs Philip's arm once more and almost breaks it, but lets go after Marie hurts her leg trying to intervene. He rushes to her aid and passionately kisses her. 2 weeks have gone by. Edmund shaves Philip's face, wanting to spruce him up before they eat him. He laughs at Marie's affections toward Philip, comparing the doctor to a cute and entertaining pet, but in the end, just food. He accidentally cuts Philip's throat. He tastes his blood and calls it sublime. He wants to give Philip a last meal, but the doctor insists he's not hungry or would rather have a cigarette. Marie is again seeing Philip, suggesting they leave and let the police find him. Insulted, Edmund reminds her this is why they are who they are and claims she has fed off small animals for too long. He orders her not to question him again before disappearing once more. Marie confronts Philip, but is horrified of dying. He admits he's crazy about her, despite very likely still being entranced, so she leads him to a red-sheeted bed and kisses him. Afterwards, she grabs a knife and tells him love and pain are so close she barely cuts Philip's chest and drinks a trickle of his blood. She does the same to her chest and he drinks her blood, with passionate love over the next few hours. So he becomes a vampire. Edmund reappears and is furious to find Marie and Philip together. Philip gets up and shows he can now rip his chains. Edmund tries to hurt the doctor, but Philip reveals his new vampire fangs and uses heightened strength to subdue Edmund. Marie gives Philip a wooden stake, which he drives into Edmund's heart. As he lies bloody on the floor, Marie escorts Philip to the back room, and the two retire in the king-size coffin. The sun starts to creep in, causing Edmund to die and vanish into thin air. This episode, it was alright. The premises was nice. The vampires, I liked it. Like classic take of Dracula. but it was kind of slow going in it for a while. Then it picks up. The 1935 threw me off because I didn't know that was the year. Didn't look like 35ish. I mean, to me it looked like 50s, but whatever. But it was alright. The cast, Edmund and Philip, they were good actors. The woman was very convincing. She was very conniving, and in the end, you didn't feel sorry for Edmund because Edmund was a dick, and he literally kidnapped the doctor without his will, against his will. So in the end, Edmund got his just desserts, and it was really a little snappy, happy ending because Philip goes out with Marie, Edmund just turns into ash and disappears. So it was a good ending. I liked it. If you like this episode, comment, rate, and subscribe. And again, guys, with the coronavirus, stay inside. This virus ain't no cure, so stay inside. Do whatever your local state says to do. We're in lockdown right here where I'm at, and just don't go crazy and just watch shows and have fun and play games if you gotta. Just relax and don't go crazy. We'll get this together. We'll get this done together as Americans. Thanks for watching.